the first run fast. Just dabbed away towards mid-wicket. 8 runs coming off over number 15. Bassett looking good. It's 107 for 5. Well, Bashir Ahmed has had a life, but he's playing a gem of a knock. He really is. Remember, it's must-win territory. If the Kings win, they mathematically stay alive. If they lose, they are gone for all money, Darren Gough.
They are, but I think they've got a good total here. 108 for 5. Still a few overs to go. Wickets in hand. The Rhinos have panicked a bit today.
Have to give a shout out to Martin Guptill. Such bravery shown there by the New Zealander. Would have been easy to trudge off, but he said, no, I'm going to do my best for the team. That's confirmation. Biratnagar bottom of the table. Win today. As this one's swept away for, it'll only be a single. And win their final game, they can get even with the Chitwan Rhinos. But there's a trick to this, Goffey. They don't just need to win for me, they need to win by a big margin, because they're going to have to overhaul Chitwan's net run rate too. This is a crunch game for the Kings. Wants to, can't get it.
It is indeed, and I think one of the problems you've got there, they were watching the game, the Rhinos, knowing, but it's a big game for them, and they would have been cheering on the Lions, wouldn't they, to get over the line, and they saw the Lions throw it away, and it's put extra pressure on the Rhinos to win now.
And if you look at what the top order did, I know this isn't in order, but Lokesh Bama duck, Scotty Edwards a duck, Deepak Bahar 4, Nicholas Curtin 8. It would be miraculous if they turn it around from here, but great stories are meant to be written here in Nepal. They do drama better than anyone in the associate world. Bashir Ahmed just continues to impress me. Good footwork, they'll close out. The 16th, it's 1-1-2 for 5. That's the phases. We're into what's perfectly called the slog overs, where you did your best work with the bat, Darren.
Well, I probably did my best work with the ball. The devils, now and again, I did a lucky 6 or a lucky 4, but the strength, this is where I really came into my life. I love bowling in these pressure overs, coming in and mixing it up with slow balls, the odd bouncer, but the dream ball, the gun ball, the golden ball is the Yorker.
Worked into the leg side. Okay, now we've got one they won't get to. Many fans have been asking us where we've been commentating from. Just wonder, can we show them?
We're right here. Look at that. That's amazing.
Not yet. They haven't seen it yet. We're hopefully going to be able to show you in a second, because we've got a little friend in our window here, don't we?
He's an alien.
Good block hole Yorker.
Yeah, good bowler. Good bowling. Yorker. Like I said, a golden ball. If you get a good one in the slot, it's very hard to hit, no matter what you've got in the bag.
Treat for you, hopefully after this ball. I know you're watching, waiting on tenterhooks to see it. Holds a good slower ball as well, does Rijan Dakal.
live share, like करो तो क्या करो?
Yeah, good over so far. Plenty of mix-ups, Yorkers, slow balls.
Save that treat for the next over, Darren. Help round the corner. That'll help. That'll help plenty. Because the Ayfield's fast here will run away for 4 more. The Kings are getting a real total they can defend here.
Yeah, more disappointment for the Rhinos. There's a real nervousness about it, their performance today. Short going down the leg side. Flies past the keeper. And as we've seen today, the outfield is so quick. It's been well maintained, the outfield, even with frost. But the sun is out and it's dried it and it flies away for another boundary for the Kings.
Oh, that's going to help. That will help. 5 freebies. I said 150 plus was on the cards, Darren. It's looking very much like it's coming into view for the Kings.
Well, this is so disappointing from the Rhinos. It really, really is. Again, wide down the leg side. The keeper's missed it totally. There on the second bounce with it being a slow ball. And once it goes past the fielders, as you've seen, it runs away for another boundary. The Kings here look well in the box seat in this game.
The brilliant thing for Kevin O'Brien and Sandeep Lamachani, still over 3 overs left to bat. They battle back. None for 1, 4 for 2, 10 for 3. Great heart being shown by the Baratnagar Kings.
Just goes showing cricket, doesn't it? You lose 3 quick wickets, you think you're out of the game. It takes someone to come in and be brave. And I think Guptill, with his hamstring problems, and Basia, who's played beautifully. He's 45 of just 36 deliveries. He's played some beautiful shots.
Another slower ball. A good, well-judged run will turn into 2. Well, the wheels are up here for the Rhinos. The Kings are making merry. It'll get us to the end of the 17th. 127 for 5. Partnerships have got the Kings out of trouble. The first was worth 23, the second worth 65, and now this one worth 29. Bashir Ahmed, I think he's one of the gutsiest and the grittiest cricketers anywhere across the country. Has played a few times for the international side, but has found himself out of the reckoning. The big score here and maybe some wickets will put him back into Monty Desai's mind. Spin for the 18th. Into the leg side. Doesn't have the power to beat the man.
Well, from what I've seen today, he's played wonderful. He really, really has. 47 from 37. Played some good shots all around the ground. And that partnership with Martin Guptill has put the Kings in the box seat. A real good performance.
Yeah, one of the things Kevin O'Brien has told me about Bashir Ahmed that he likes is he likes the way he goes after left arm spin, and with the propensity that we've seen bowled throughout the tournament, he likes this matchup. Takes him on, takes him a long way. 50 for Bashir Ahmed. Oh, what an innings this has been. He was hit for a 6 from the final ball yesterday to send it to a super over. Not the Shawshank redemption, the Ahmed redemption.
Well, unbelievable. Bashir take a bow. An half century, 53 from just 39 deliveries. His team were in trouble. The Kings need to win. And his feet there, lovely footwork. And we'd just be talking about his strength against left-arm spin. Well, that was the maximum.
Goes again, but can't beat the man in the circle. You've got to have great strength of character to battle back from that heartbreak of yesterday. Final delivery, 7 to win, 6 for the super over. Bashir Ahmed bowled, it wasn't the greatest ball, was it? Hit away for 6. Great heart to come back from that.
Well, poor delivery, wasn't it? Hit into the short boundary, bowled it down the leg side, right in the slot. For Rifa to hit him away for a 6 to take it to the super over, which they lost. I mean, now things change quickly, but in a must-win game now, he's delivered. 40 balls, he's been at the crease. 54, he's scored.
Oh, was this the chance? Very difficult because of the turn. Interesting signal here, boys. Nothing on it. So a stumping chance, but close to impossible for the keeper.
There we go. Again, run down the crease, turned. A little bit of bounce, but I'll say it again, there's been a serious nervousness about the Rhinos cricket today. If they do the same with the batting hand, it could be finished in 10 overs. Panicked.
No, that's not a good delivery. If Ahmed gets that, it's 4 or 6. Remember, Bashir dropped on 9. He's made use of that life. A skip, a hop, a dance, all the way. It's a Siddhartha Bank 6. What a knock from Bashir Ahmed. It's 143 for 5. This is a blistering fight back from the Bharatnagar Kings. It may or it may not be enough to get them into the playoffs. But Kevin O'Brien and Sandeep Lamachani's side, you see Lamachani on the branding in the background there. They're showing real heart, real fight. This is going to be the largest score of the tournament we've seen for quite a while.
It is indeed, and it just got to show anybody watching at home is but always have belief. Early wickets, make it your game, finish it for your team. And 143 for 5, magnificent.
Different challenge now with Sohail Tanvir. Well done, the keeper. Gets the pads out. He's had a tough day, but he does enough that time to save the bite.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of cutters here from Tanvir. Experience. What is he, 40 years old now? A couple of days ago?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday, happy birthday. Tanvir. I saw him just a couple of days ago in the hotel. I say he still keeps himself fit, still playing, loves the game. Wants to get into coaching as well, but he's here playing and bowling important overs for the Rhinos.
Hooked away, chalk it up, 6 more. Magar gets it in the act now too.
Wow, this is amazing viewing, it really is. The Kings are putting on a show. Looked out of the game, didn't they, after the first few overs? A rush of wickets, but the ball striking here, down the order, Guptill, Bashir, and now Magar, unbelievable. An unbelievable total, 149 for 5.
Kings on the charge in a big way. Great entertainment here. Wide ball. Now look at Sohail Tanvir. He's not going to be happy with this because he thinks the batter's come across. 150. It's up.
Round of applause. Much appreciated from us as commentators. We've been waiting for a game like this and get a good score on the board. 4s, 6s, he's had everything. Drop catches, misfields. 1 over going for 24 from Amar. And the Kings, they're on fire. They really are.
I think if you'd said to Kevin O'Brien last night that Lokesh Bam would get a second ball duck, Scott Edwards would get a fourth ball duck, and Nicholas Curtin make 8, and you still have 9 balls left and you've run up the 150, you'd have said, yeah, cheers Lenny. Not now, won't happen.
Well, you'd have said pack your bags. He's got a huge smile on his face. He's happy. He really is. If he'd have been chatting before the game and said, look, let's not get too greedy, let's look around that 125, 130 mark, we've seen it's a good score, he'll be over the moon with this. There's still 9 balls to go.
And now some innovation from Bashir Ahmed. He wants the second, not going to get it. Hassan Issa Kale does the fielding. Well, I think it's been a wonderful innings. I know he had a life. There aren't many grittier cricketers in the country. How well has he played?
He's played beautifully. He's played all around the wicket, hasn't he? He has a free flow at the bat. Is it down the ground? Is it behind square? Is it over cover? And to the left armers, there you go. Good night. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic play. Well deserved 50. Brilliant to watch.
Yeah, he's played brilliantly. Magger has played his role too. Can they get the second? No. 7 deliveries left.
If you can pick up a noise on the TV.
Here's the
amazing.
treat. This is the treat. Hello, Droney. How are you? We got the sunglasses on. Come in here, Coffee. Come on, Coffee. Give him a wave. Give him a wave.
Where's he come from? Mars?
Now, go on. Go on. Go on.
Go on.
Go back. Go back. Go on. Go back. We've got to watch the cricket. Go on. Gone. Technology, Coffee, eh?
Look at that. Beautiful view. I love technology. He's still going. Where's he going? Come back.
Oh!
He's following the drone.
What a hit! Bashir on fire! The Kings are flying into the skies! It's 159 for 5. Guffey, look up there in the sky. That's not the ball that Bashir Ahmed's just hit. The drone's still going.
Yeah, he's up into the hills, not the mountains. And the ball, I think, followed him. In fact, did it land on the drone and it's still going?
Oh, scenes. Absolute scenes here. How good a strike is this of Sohail Tanvir, one of the bowlers of the tournament.
Look at this. I mean, he's just waiting for it. It's just wonderful striking of a cricket ball. And that's his hitting area, definitely, is it? Mid-wicket, he hits it so well through there.
Magger. Oh, this is 6 more. It's raining 6s at the TU. The Kings, inspired by Ahmed, powered now by Magger. 165.
Well, it's contagious, isn't it? It's happening at both ends. Amazing. The 6-wicket partnership, superb. Look at this. Great solid position. And he's happy. Look at this, it's flowed. Oh, wonderful. Great batsmanship here. It really is from the Kings.
Slashed away, protection out there, and just be a single. The whole game changed when Amar Singh Ratela came in to bowl that over that went for 24. Since then, well, the train's fallen off the tracks for the Rhinos.
Well, you could say it's that 1 over, and also Guptill, his hamstring playing up, and then he turned into the Guptill we've always known, who wants to play shots, and then him and Basir together Fantastic. And Maga's come in and carried it on, 23 from 17.
We did say it was a better pitch as well. It's proved to be that. He wants the second. He's not going to get it because he took a long time to get off the mark in terms of his running. He's played so beautifully. This partnership, 69 of 37.
Amazing, really is. It's been the highlight of the games I've seen so far. Some of the batting has been awesome, just awesome to watch. Some shot play, some big sixes. 10 sixes. We've had 10 sixes in this innings so far. Only 7 fours, 10 sixes.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Dear, oh dearie me. The keeper, I have to say, has had a very tricky day. The extras count moves to 23. The 170's up.
The wheels have fallen off. They absolutely wheels have fallen off for the Rhinos. They really have. The keeper, keep your eye on the ball. You keep your eye on the ball. Just watch this. He lifts his head up at the wrong time. There you go, looks away from it, and he runs under his legs. The extras, like I said, 23 extras in a T20 game.
2 deliveries remain. Clipped over his shoulder. It goes everywhere. It goes all the way. It's the 6th six in the last 17 deliveries. The Kings hunting down, well, probably the innings of the tournament.
I just can't believe what I'm watching. I really can't. It's excellent cricketing shots from the Kings here. Going away, just elted on its way. Beautiful. Poor bowling. He's gone that far away from the stumps. He just has to bowl it at the stumps. You cannot get bat and ball.
Outstanding. It's going to be 181 that the Kings have made. And listen to the roars around the ground. They may have been heartbroken in a super over yesterday, but look at the resilience, look at the bounce back ability from the Kings. I tell you what, they're still alive in this competition.
Well, they're well alive. 181 for 5. Unbelievable striking at the end of the innings. Again, poor bowling. He's going that far outside. You don't follow him in that situation. He's gone too far outside the stumps. Ball at the stumps. He cannot get bat on ball from that position. It's called cricketing intelligence. This is the importance of bowling at the end of an innings. The Kings, 181 for 5, are well in this game. Favourites at the halfway stage.
And the 6th wicket partnership, Darren Gough, 83 of 40 deliveries. And look at the head coach, Kevin O'Brien. How pumped up is he? He says, well played, Bashir. Well played. My change to the team, Rajesh Palami Magar with 33 off 20. What a turnaround. From 10 for 3, from 33 for 4 to 181 for 5.
Well, it's just going to calm him down now in the dressing room. Do the basics right. Under all the pressures on the Rhinos. The Kings have got a good total on the board. Just be calm. That first 3 or 4 overs, they might come out at you, the Rhinos. Just be prepared for it. But that's a good total. A very good total for the Kings.
The last 5 overs have gone for 73 runs in carnage. We witnessed real carnage. 180 plus on the board. I said I thought they might get 160. They've ended up with 181.
Amazing, really. Poor bowling from the Rhinos. They were poor in the field. Poor in the field, except for Dakal at the top. His first 2 overs, they've been pretty poor, really. And that's a huge score. It really is.
And a big shout, Darren Gough, for Martin Guptill. You would have seen many players from around the world just walk off the field with that injury. He battled hard, he gutsed it through. 74 runs, unbroken in the last 5. All sorts of trouble in the power play thanks to the brilliance of Dakal. He's ended up going at 10 and over.
Amazing, really, because Dakal bowled it so well, didn't he, up front? Taking the important wickets. Here we go, they come to the crease. Oh, and that's just, I've never seen anything like Lukesh there, just leaving one.
And now the second wicket was a really good delivery. It's come off the pad, yes, onto the stumps. But he's had an excellent tournament too for him up in the power play. And then There was a lovely straight drive from Martin Guptill, but the third wicket fell pretty shortly after. Sohail Tanvir dismissed Scotty Edwards.
Yeah, that was a big wicket, wasn't it? The Rhinos were on top then, but Guptill came to the party with some good shots, and then Curtin goes. He thought he got glove on it, but it was given out. But then the man came to the crease. Basir played some wonderful free shot, but this was the turning point. Tanvir with a sitter dropped it.
Absolute dolly, wasn't it? Guptill then started to feel the effects of that injury. He started to swing, and he inspired Bashir Ahmed, who played all around the ground. He's a gritty cricketer, so too is Martin Guptill. He had a life as well, one that Kushal Malla won't want to see again. But Basil Hamid, who did get hit for that 1-6 by Guptill, shortly afterwards he was dismissed by the skipper. From here on out, it was all about the two youngsters, Bashir Ahmed, Rajesh Palami Magar. They put on an absolute batting display.
Well, it was a run fest. It was a bad bowling from the Rhinos at the end, but I'll tell you what, the ball striking from the Kings was out of this world. That was the highlight for me. A huge hit. Oh, another one down the ground. It was happening at both ends, but then the last over from Dakar. Poor bowling, following him when all the stumps are right in view. Bowl at the stumps full. He cannot hit it, get nowhere near it. But the Kings there, 181 for 5.
I have to say, that might have been the 5 most entertaining overs of the whole competition. We saw a bit of everything, and it was 2 local Nepali players, born and bred, starring here on their biggest stage. For the bowlers, the Rhinos, yes, 2 wickets for Dakal. Basil Hamid was probably the pick of them.
Well, he was, but Amir Rutella, it's a game for him to forget. 1 over for 24, the turning point of that innings, the Kings' innings. But yeah, disappointing, except for Dakal there early on, and Hamid was wonderful actually. 4 overs for 15, and he went for a 6 in his last over as well.
Yeah, incredible effort from him. This game, all of a sudden, may well blow the entire competition wide open, because if the Kings win, particularly if it's a big win, they could well still think about squeezing into 4th place. It's all to play for here in Kathmandu. Don't go anywhere too far. We'll have the chase, where the Rhinos have it all to do. They'll need 182 to win.
Viratnagar Kings are down but not out, and they've given themselves a glimmer of hope in this competition. They're playing the Chitwan Rhinos, and we're coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium here in Kirtipur. It was all about 21-year-old Basir Ahmed, 68 and 44. Martin Guptill got the runs up front, 45, and then that partnership of 83 runs for 40 wickets between Rajesh Magar and Basir Ahmed as the local Nepali talent came to the fore and powered the Biratnagar Kings to 181 for 5. They have put on a show with the bat today, and they were on a leather hunt as they dove into the bowling of the Chitwan Rhinos. Richard Dakhal went for 40 runs in his 4 overs. He claimed 2 wickets. Sohail Tanvir had an off day at work, but it's Amar Rautela and Ranjit Kumar who conceded as many as 54 runs in their 4 overs going wicketless. A wicket apiece for Hamid Malla as well. And this means now that the Chitwan Rhinos have to get their runs with over 9 runs and over. They need 182 in 20 overs. Just the time to also welcome my co-commentator Monali Patel. Monali, very good afternoon. What a show by the Biratnagar Kings.
What a show indeed by the Kings. They need a win today. It's a must win. And they've put on all the runs they possibly could in that first innings, 181 of them, as the umpires walk out. The Chitwan Rhinos, they've got their work cut out for them, and they're going to have to bat out of their skins to reach this total of 182 that they've been set. And for whatever reason, if this doesn't go in the Rhinos' favour, they're going to look back to that first drop catch. Basir Ahmed dropped very early on. The total was 41 for 4 then. This, the 83-run partnership between Basir and Nagar. They took every bowler apart, Sohail Tanvir included, as the ball was smashed all around the park. When moving inside the line of the ball, going downtown. Some innovation as well. This was over the keeper's head. And then again, a very similar looking shot for another boundary. Found their groove and made the most of it. Kevin O'Brien, the coach, getting in some final words of encouragement, motivation. He knows and his team know how important this game is for them. As the openers get their final chat in as well, the Rhinos need to go at over 9 runs and over from the time that they come out to the middle.
Yeah, there's some delay with the Biratnagar Kings over there. You can see Sandeep having a word with Shinwari as well. Just wonder what this discussion is all about. Yeah, but the afternoon did revolve around Basir Ahmed, the 21-year-old left-handed batter. You can speak about him. He last played for Nepal in a T20 international in 2022. And what a strong case Basir Ahmed has made for himself, redeemed himself, conceded those runs in that last match of the last over to go into the super over. Meanwhile, all eyes will be on Hassan Ezekiel and his opening partner to get the runs up front for the Chitwan Rhinos. Hassan Ezekiel got 60-odd runs, then had a back spasm, had to miss out. Luke Benkenstein came in his place, and today Hassan is back in the playing 11 and Benkenstein makes way for him. Well, they have an uphill task over here, the Chitwan Rhinos.
Yeah, they most definitely do. And they seem to put themselves in this position thanks to 2 drop catches in the first innings. Basir Ahmed dropped, and then Martin Guptill dropped. Santosh Karki, decent strike rate of 100 and a best of 28. Just the 58 runs though. And he's going to have to do it all alongside this man who has actually picked up a half century and has looked very decent with the bat once he gets going. Hassan Ezekiel, 65 against the Royals. He batted very well that day, got a total number of 91 runs in this Nepal Premier League so far. And things are going to get started off with the ball by Chris Soule. Best of 2 for 25, 6 wickets. And he's been impressive, very impressive in the previous game as well for the Kings.
had his moments with the bat and ball. He got the winning runs as well for the Viratnagar Kings in that solitary win of theirs. Came and smashed 14 unbeaten runs and got them victory. But his primary role is with the ball. He can generate pace. He's made those early inroads. We're all set for the chase. Karki on strike. He's played in the middle order, given a promotion as a top order batter. Up against the hostility of Chris Soul. And immediately, you can see the ball just deviating off the surface as well.
2 for 30 in the previous game. Ended up as a super over contest that they lost. And he started well again, Chris Soul. Good movement away from the batter. Not sure where the batter is going either. Off balance, in a no position to have played that shot. Suppose the aggression is a sign of positivity coming down the track early.
Yeah, just flirting in that off stump region outside that. Just fending his bat. He got those 28 runs, unbeaten runs as a middle order bat, Manali. And it's going to be testing times for him as an opener. And no way close to the pitch of the ball, playing away from the body.
Stuck in his crease again with his feet, throwing his bat out to a delivery that's just nipping away. Positive signs this from a King's perspective. There's movement. And the batters look less than comfortable.
Yeah, going for extra pace there. You could hear the grunt on the point of delivery as well by Soul. Tend to get a bit excited. First runs on the board for the Rhinos, courtesy this extra.
Effort delivery. Wrist position, not in the way that he would have wanted it. And that angle just continuing. In fact, the keeper does very well.
Yeah, he's spraying it all around here. You want to keep it simple to a batter who's not been able to get back to ball. Just invite him into the shot. Bowl it around the corridor of uncertainty.
But from a coaching perspective, they say don't ever bowl two wides down the same side. So this time he's adjusted, except he's over-adjusted.
Overcompensated on that occasion. Chris Soul, 2 runs, courtesy 2 extras. 2 extra deliveries as well. And that's more like it. Base and bounce.
Great carry to the keeper. Scott Edwards behind the stumps. Apart from the 2 wides, this is a great delivery. Again, some movement on offer as well.
Santosh Karki, 21 years of age. His highest score in the last 10 games is the innings against the Kathmandu Gurkhas as a middle order batter, 28 not out. Another wide. And this can be frustrating for the bowler as well as the fielders.
And this can very well set the tone for the second innings. He wants to start well and he wants to keep the momentum going. Just outside that wide line. The shape, in fact, taking it over the line. Chris Soul's opening the bowling. He wants to set the tone. And he did with the first 2 deliveries, and then it's just been a bit lost from there.
Yeah, but what a batting show today by the Viratnagar Kings. Just when it mattered the most, Manali. Chips are down. Mathematically, they've given themselves a chance maybe to eke out a win here and then hope results pan out their way. You've got to give your effort, put your effort. They've done that with the bat at least.
Yeah, and you mentioned in that first innings that not only do they need a win, they need a push for that net run rate. And I think they might just have that here. 181 runs on the board. We haven't seen a big score like that in a few days, thanks to the conditions changing out of the middle.
The first runs for Karki gets off the mark as well. Yeah, the surface has played true much better than what we saw in the last couple of days. You get value for your shots in the middle.
Basir Ahmed certainly got value for his shots today. 68 off 44 deliveries. Set the tone for his side, the Kings. A good partnership with Mugger. 33 off 20. Guptill set the tone as well, didn't he, early on?
A very confident front foot defense there by Hassan. Yeah, it's been a lengthy over. 4 runs on the board after over number 1. It's the Chitwan Rhinos who are in hot pursuit of 182 runs. Look at that for a view. We're coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium here in Kirtipur. It's been a spectacle, and it's been the cricketing carnival taking center stage. Wow, that's the square, and it's going to be Pratish GC. He's been brilliant in his last 2 games, particularly 4 for 18, 4 for 17. He's got 8 wickets for 35 runs across 2 matches. His last 2 games we're talking about, and look at that. In the death as well, he's got them the wickets. He's been amongst wickets for the Biratnagar Kings. What a wonderful cricketer for Nepal.
Twice now, the Karkis decided to walk down, get nowhere in position to play the ball. And this time around, it's from Karki to Pratish GC. Again, just taking that ball, angling the ball away from the right-hander.
The lead to find a move on, the Chitwan Rhinos. Yeah, pushing for a single. Hassan one strike. Good run over here. Each time Hassan's on strike, Monali, I get the impression that he's always going to go after the bowling. Wow, look at that for the horizon, the landscape. Breathtaking view.
Well, he's picked up 2 off 7, Karki. Even the last one that he ran across for, losing shape. Drilled that ball back into his feet.
So much time when he plays this shot. Standing tall over there. Wonderful shape. He's a delight to watch. Sometimes often guilty of throwing away his starts, Hassan.
.65 off 52. Player of the match against the Royals. He batted very well. Took his time to get going, but once he did, he found his groove.
He's got enough bat on it for it to go for a 4. I'm not sure that was the area he intended to hit it, but there's so much power behind his hits in the middle that it stays hit as well. Desperate dive at mid-off, but goes in vain.
Muscled. This was absolutely muscled down the ground. And despite the effort of Nick Curtin, diving effort, beats him. He'll pick up the first boundary of this innings.
Now this could be very close. And I wonder what went against the bowler over here, Buddhi Pradhan. This way is a grin and a polite inquiry there by Pratish GC as well. Runs awarded to the batter here.
He's a tall man standing outside his crease. one looked mighty close.
Yeah, what the two noises there? Two sounds, says Buddhi Pradhan. It was ball hitting the bat onto the pads. Yeah, gives the charge, finds the fielder. This could have been brilliant effort as well in the field. Good all-round cricket. Done with over number 10. 6 runs coming off over number 2, beg your pardon. 10 runs on the board.
We're literally on top of the world here in Nepal. Beautiful snow-capped mountains, not too far away from Mount Everest as well. And what a view this is. Quite humbling to see just how picturesque and how massive those mountains are in the background.
Be rest assured, the hills will touch your soul and the warmth of the people will capture your heart in Nepal. What an experience it's been for us as well for the last 12 odd days. We have loved every bit of being in this part of the world. Well, the hero with the bat, and he'll certainly want to carry that momentum with the ball as well. Basir Ahmed, 21-year-old. What an innings he played. Got a life very early in his innings, but made it count.
Certainly made the most of the life that he had. Gifted from the Rhinos with the bat. And something tells me he's going to carry this momentum. In with the ball as this one, the finger's going to go up. Very easy decision. It was straight. It was as plumb as it gets. And it's the man who can do no wrong today. Basir Ahmed gets the first wicket. And it's a big one.
Hassan played the wrong length, should have come forward to that. Got on the crease, right in front. That was missing off, missing leg, and hitting middle. No hesitation there for Shinwari as well. Very good call, and what a start here for Basir Ahmed with the ball as well. Hassan has to depart for 5. Rhinos 10 for 1 in over number 3. Well, spotlight is on Basir Ahmed, and for reasons we all know. A promotion for Ravi Bopara, walks in at number 3. Oh, what a time for him to come in. He's had his moments in this campaign of his for the Biratnagar, beg your pardon, Chitwan Rhinos, the best of 59. And he's coming with Basir Ahmed striking in his second delivery.
I like this move. This is a good move by the Rhinos. Bringing up Ravi Bopara to just stabilize things up at the top. They've lost an early wicket. And part of the run getters, he brings some patience out of the middle. He brings stability. Again, it's another gem from Basir Ahmed.
And all of a sudden, the surface is playing tricky in the 4th innings of the day. This one came with the arm, so hard to pick him. Wow, and all of a sudden, I just get the impression, Monali, the surface is now a little different to what it was earlier in the day.
Welcome to the middle, Ravi Bopara, says Basir Ahmed. One going away, this one the arm ball.
Yeah, he's got 68 unbeaten runs with the bat. Now with the ball, already a wicket in the first over.
He's riding the high. And it makes such a big difference when you have a good time out in the bat. Out with the bat, you have a good innings, you come in with that hype, and he continues it. It's the end of the third, 10 for 1.
Target 182, and at the moment, Chitwan Rhinos need 172 from 102 deliveries. Just the one wicket to fall very early, and Basir Ahmed striking. Trapped in front, caught in the crease, Hassan Esaki. Nicely played. Now that's in the gap as well. I reckon it has enough legs to go for a 4. That's a very fine shot. Just a flick of the wrist, and he fetches for Santosh Karki.
Top shot this from Santosh Karki. In fact, it's the first time that he's looked in total control out in the middle. Helped off the pads. And it runs away for boundary. Just straying down the wrong line on this occasion, Pratish GC. And he pays the price for it.
Yeah, he's done that often today. He'll have to be re-bowled. Your thoughts on Bopara coming in at number 3, Manali?
Might be a wide, but you look at the way Karki's decided to play this. It's the foot movement that really worries me. He's planted and he's just thrown his arms out. And yes, we're starting to say, foot movement might not necessarily be as important in T20 cricket, but that, you're risking picking up an edge, whether it's a bottom edge or whatever part of the bat, so limited. If you move your foot to the ball, you get yourself in a better position. You can actually throw your hands at that, get some bat on it, you actually get some runs on it.
Ideally, you'd want to get behind the ball. But 5 fielders on the off inside the circle, which means your line and channels will be around the middle and off, leaving the right-handed batter with a deep third in position as well. Other fielder patrolling the deep is that deep square leg. Or the miss hit. Gets the inside half, gets a single, gets to the other end.
Picks up a single, gets up a bit too early on that one. Required run rate now passing the 10 and over mark.
He's got that surprise delivery, Pratish GC. He comes across as a very gentle medium pacer who can get the ball to land in the right areas, but he does generate pace. He has a couple of effort deliveries that he keeps trying. This is one of them.
Rushing Bopara. You can see from the bent elbows, doesn't have the time to extend those arms as he pulls the ball.
That's a slower delivery. This could be close, a direction. I feel he could be struggling. So close, that would have been had it broken the stumps.
He would have been in some real trouble here if it was a direct hit. It was a slower delivery, waited on it, played it into the leg side, and he's nowhere in the picture there. Would have been gone by miles. Lokesh bombed the fielder.
Quiet start here for the Rhinos. He's found the fielder maybe. Yes! Oh, it's been put down. He was positioned for the miss hit. And I reckon that's Basir Ahmed in the deep. Pratish GC is not happy. Oh dear. Karki gets the life.
We're going to get a boundary check on this. That foot looks awfully close to the rope, and that one's touched the rope. I think that's going to be 6 runs. Not only does he give a life, he gives a 6. It's going to be the end of the 4th with that, and the Rhinos, they move on to 23 for 1.
They are now 23 runs on the board, 4th loss of 1 wicket.
It's going to be Basir. Bowled a brilliant wicket maiden over. His first.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, just a lapse in the field that costed them 6 runs. And what could have been a great catch had he done it right. Bopara has been very tentative to begin with. His ball's also keeping low, that odd delivery, not climbing.
Got a life in the first innings, Basir Ahmed. This time, he had to take a catch. Ends up dropping the catch, ends up stepping on the rope while doing it. Gives a life, gives a 6. He's back in with the ball. Maybe he's just returning the favour. But it's cutthroat. They need to win this game. He can't be returning those favours.
No favours in sport. No fear, no favour. Nicely bowled once again. Also, it was about that foot having an impact with the cushion that may have derailed his concentration as well. Yeah, he's found his channels very early.
But they practice that stuff, don't they? Now they practice taking those catches on the rope, making sure that you're aware where the rope is when you take the catch. If you need to throw it over, throw it up, cross over the rope, come back and take it again, as this is well fielded.
Karki needs to be reminded that he's running with Ravi Bopara in the middle. He'll take some time to set up for that quick single. It was a loud no from Bopara. Karki had taken off. And you don't want to mix up in the middle. There's youth and experience in the middle for the Rhinos.
Pulled away. Not in full control of it, but he will find the boundary. It's 4 runs to end the 5th over. The Rhinos 28 for 1.
Rhinos have it all to do. Santosh Karki and Ravi Bopara will need to build a big partnership. Bopara's had a very good tournament. As Chris Soule returns to the attack for his second, starts with a big slower ball. I welcome HD Ackerman. HD, we've had a few days of very low scoring games. All of a sudden the tournament's burst back to life.
A wonderful partnership to ensure that the Kings posted 181. We'll give the credit to the 2 batters at the wicket. But my, there was some indifferent bowling that took place at the back end there.
Yeah, one of the big challenges, we see it in associate cricket all the time, is that because of a lack of exposure up a level, against better players in front of global television audiences, panic can set in, and panic set in a big way. To bowl two such brilliant overs up top that Rijan Dakal did, and then to kind of aided by a couple of drop catches, completely lose his way at the death. That's what these tournaments are all about, gaining that experience so you don't suffer from that again. Trademark Bopara stroke, using the pace, beats the backward point, gets 4.
I've always loved the way Ravi Bopara times the ball. How late he hits this. I mean, the ball is virtually in line with his eyes. Hence the reason why there's good timing. You know, Lena, I sometimes think it's a little bit unfair for bowlers. And I know that sounds quite strange coming from someone who was a batter, but bowlers are asked to play so many different roles. But a batter will be asked to play a different, and you'll say, well, that's not the way I play. You know, we see these guys come in earlier needing a runner ball to win, but it's not the way they play. So they try and hit the ball out the ground and their team gets into trouble. And I think of Rijan Dakal there. Sometimes a captain can be a little bit more thoughtful in that. So he's bowling really well up front. There's nothing wrong with bowling a bowler out and saying, well, we're going to have you 6 down because my man here is in full control. But you bring him back when now suddenly the ball's not swinging. It's a little bit older, batters are in.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, because very clearly Rijan Dakal was causing a world of problems at the top. Even if you don't bowl them all 4, why didn't he bowl a third in the power play? It's almost like there's a preset template. Dakal bowls 2 at the top and 2 at the death. So does Sohail Tanvir. But because of Amar Singh Ratella's over, the Rhinos just got themselves in a complete tangle, a complete mess. They then had to bowl the left-arm spinner the 18th. Bashir Ahmed completely took him to pieces. And then 19th and 20th went the distance too. That's why they're chasing this massive total, 182 to win. Another change of pace from Sol. Runs off every delivery in that over. End of the power play, 37 for 1. Power play, and the perfect moment for the captain to bring himself on. One really shrewd observation you made, HD, earlier in the tournament, I think it was yesterday, the day before, was that when the scores are low, captains tend to only go with their finger spinners because they can't afford a bad ball or two. But when you've got a bigger total to defend, this is where wrist spinners are worth their weight in gold. Rashid Khan, Sandeep Lamachani, 5 fielders out, required run rate over 10s. Batters have to take risks, and then wickets they can obviously follow.
In the low-scoring games, they can almost wait for that one bad ball that gets presented by the wrist spinner every over. Shot, nice stroke. There's always a big gap right over the man at extra cover who's in saving the one.
Never an easy shot to play, but always a good one to watch. Because Lamachani has that buffer of plenty of runs, he's tossed it up, got it up above the eye line, and Karki says, okay, I'll take it on. Hasn't quite been the same fizz or bite from Lamachani's deliveries that I so often see. And these things, I know as a wrist spinner myself, can often be so minute at the top of your release point. And you don't quite know why you're a little bit out of form, and then all of a sudden, from nowhere, it comes back. Terry Jenner used to always talk about it being about feel. was about how the ball felt coming out of the hand, out of the wrist. It's the hardest art. Always said as a coach, love your leg spinners, love your keepers. Often underappreciated.
And often very badly captained. A captain plays a massive role in the growth of a spinner.
I think the best ever example of a captain who bucked that trend, Eoin Morgan with Adil Rashid. Now there's the sparkling smile, fan of the match, sponsored by Happy Dent. Oh, big smile, well played, sir. Up on the big screen. Happy Dent hamper going your way. End of the 7th. 43-1.
Going back to the old leg spinners, Lamachani is a wonderful exponent of the leg spin. The late great Shane Warne used to say, start with the field slightly out. Once you find your rhythm, then bring it in. Young leg spinners come on and captains crowd the bat, silly point, short leg slip, goes for a couple of boundary hooks in, takes him off, never gets to bowl again. Down. Tough chance, but it's down.
Oh, we've seen a few drop catches this afternoon, haven't we? Bashir Ahmed has now dropped 2. First one, he got himself in a tangle with the rope. This wasn't easy. If he could have popped it up into the air, might have almost had a better option. Second time around at it. Caught in bowls, always tough, but left arm orthodox, usually very good off their own bowling. That's a fine stroke. Again, the timing from Bopara looks effortless. 4 more to him.
And the placement. There's a little bit of width for him to work with. Not huge, but he uses his left leg to be able to create a little bit more width for himself by planting it straight down the wicket rather than towards the ball.
Positioning of that deep cover was wrong for me. He was far too straight. That was actually a regulation deep cover that should have gone to. Scotty Edwards has a big role to play there. Sandeep Lamachani still a young captain. Edwards captain in the Netherlands. Curtin captain in Canada. Plenty of experience out there for the Kings. Like that line. I agree with you about managing your young wrist spinners, and the reason I use that Eoin Morgan and Adil Rashid comparison is the 50 comes up is I can't remember a wrist spinner being captained with more care than the way in which Eoin Morgan looked after Adil Rashid.
I think at a junior level, coaches play a massive role because often at a junior level, players aren't strong enough to bowl wrist spin. Wants to. Sweeper's in a better position, he's a lot squarer. The wrist spinners they're not as strong in their shoulders to be able to get the ball to the other side, so often they bowl it with quite a loop or there's a few drag downs, and again they're not looked after and cared for, so they give up the art and go to finger spin. Whereas they really need to be extremely well looked after, well coached, well captained, and down the line you have yourself a match winner. End of the 8th, 52-1.
Fans loving every second as they have throughout the MPL. Still baby steps for this league. I think it's going to grow and grow and grow. It's been a difficult run for a lot of the local batters in particular. I know the local bowlers have been excellent. I expected that. What we're actually seeing here across this league is really what Nepal's senior side have experienced, not just this year, but down the last decade or so since they've come to kind of world prominence. Papara goes over the offside, should get a couple. Plenty of good spin bowlers, the occasional good quick. In fact, I think more and more are coming through now. But a real difficulty with consistency with the batting, maybe with the exception of Rohit Paudel.
And I don't know enough. You will, Lenny, around the types of cricket, the formats of cricket that are played here in Nepal, because I do think, being a bit old school, that the longer version of the game is so important for the growth of a young batter, particularly around technique. I think once you've got a good technique, you can work from there to develop your game into the shortest versions.
Has been a discussion about bringing in a 3-day competition domestically. They'd be the only associate nation to have that. I know Namibia play a little bit sometimes in some of the CSA 3 and 4 day comps, but they'd be the only ones to be doing it domestically. And such is the love for cricket here that you could see there being an appetite for it. I think maybe the bigger challenge is facilities and playing surfaces. And if you're not playing on good quality surfaces, how do you develop those good techniques that can then adjust to the various conditions that you may face internationally? So when Nepal went down to bouncy pitches in Zimbabwe, well, they were a bit found out, weren't they, despite that wonderful opening partnership against Zimbabwe in the opening day of the qualifier. Monty Desai said, challenge us more, bounce us more, we'll get better.
Yeah, facilities, 100%. Spot on with that. Oh, chance. This should be taken. And he's had a long, hard look at it. You can't keep him out the game, can you?
And I almost want to say, we told you so. More runs on the board, more freedom for the wrist spinner to express himself. Tosses it up above the eye line. Look at the dip here. Might have drifted a bit as well. As soon as it came out of the hand, I said, hold. It's dipped late on him. Karki will have felt that was right there in the slot to hit. It wasn't because of the dip, and Bashir Ahmed will have been nervy under that. He's already dropped 2, but he makes it 3rd time lucky. And just a mild celebration from Sandeep Lamachani. Karki's gone for 28. It's 56 for 2. Kushal Malla comes to the crease. And he will have to be at his very best. He hasn't been really throughout the entire calendar year. That's a little googly hidden away, given as a wide. Required run rate over 11. Malla and Bapara might be the last main hopes here for the Rhinos. Malla's immediately into his work with a boundary 4. It was short, it was wide again. Not the 2 greatest starting deliveries bowled by Lamachani to Malla. And it will end out the over. It's 61 for 2. Well, the Omoda car, with its salient features, Omoda and Jaku, the fastest growing car brand in the world, the long-range SUV, it's got a range of about 430k. I'd say when the sun's shining, might even be a bit more than that. Captured beautifully by our drone camera. Thank you to Nav for that one. Now, it's his second game, and it's really the first time he's done anything. Don't think he's batted either times he's played. He's finally been tossed the ball. Subhash Bandari, you'll remember him, HD, you were down with me in South Africa from the under-19s. Great to see him given a ball because the left-handers come to the crease. This was Mala getting underway.
Too easy for a player of his quality. It's the old matchups, isn't it? Left-handers and captains don't even look at any other bowlers. They just want the ball to spin away. I'll just ask if you're a little bit surprised with the Rhinos selection. I know that Hamid bowled very well, but over the last few days batting has seemed to be the problem. I know it doesn't seem to be the problem at the moment, but young Nicole Lofty-Eaton, were you a little bit surprised that he wasn't in the starting 11?
Absolutely. I thought he was a pick of their bowlers the last couple of games. Got the big wicket of Dipender Singh against Sudhir Pashim. I know he hasn't got the runs he would have liked thus far, but all-rounders give you both arts. Got him! Oh, what a moment for young Subhash Bandari. He's had to wait. 6 games into the campaign, he's finally tossed the ball, and he's got the big one. And it's not the matchup he was brought in for, but he's still been good enough for Ravi Bopara.
Well, the celebration told you absolutely everything. This was the wicket that the Kings wanted. Ravi Bopara, the man who would try and control the run chase. He felt the necessity to go big because that required rate is on its way towards 12. The young man has the biggest of all. He has Bopara for 20. It's 63 for 3.
And the umpires will say, it's time for a drink.